Hey everyone, I'm Andrew Bray, CEO of iDemo Games and the host for the upcoming crowdfunding campaign for Bloodwork: The Reckoning on Gamefound April 28th. Now, I'm confident that this video will help showcase what makes Bloodwork so unique and why it demands your blade and a place on your table. The engines that make Bloodwork: The Reckoning unique are legion, but my personal favorites are those that are geared around the actual building of your mercenary and having forward thinking about how they are going to attune to your play style. And so these are the abilities both for during your turn and during off turn to decrease downtime at the table. It keeps players engaged. And then we have the attack profiles. This is a mechanic that's really unique to Bloodwork. I haven't seen it anywhere else. And that's where all of your mercenaries have a selection of base attacks that get modified by both active triggered skills as well as passives that layer into tier 1, tier 2, and tier 3 skill slots. One of my favorite mechanics in Bloodwork is the dynamic defense die. I find in a lot of narrative campaign games, dungeon crawlers, what tends to happen is heroes close the distance with enemies and they then just stand there exchanging blow for blow. It's not very thematic, it's not terribly immersive. Now, this really helps to capture the chaos of combat, the unpredictability, the ebb and flow, how one moment you can have the high ground and really wallop on an enemy or be more defensive, and the next your boot's stuck in a puddle of mud and you slip a little bit and the enemy has the upper hand. So all of the enemies you'll face will have a static defense value, but with the defense die, when you roll that, it is added to their static defense, and round by round, your enemy's defense is going to fluctuate. Sometimes you'll have moments of opportunity, and sometimes it'll be really challenging to knock some health off of a particular enemy. But we have given you the tools you need to mitigate that. It's up to you to find the synergies to do so and capitalize on those moments. Another favorite system is the unique Fate deck. This is both our initiative system. It illustrates the turn order for both your mercenaries as well as the leader and grunts. And every card has both the initiative as well as the action economy for your enemies. And there are 3 sections, and based on where they're located, it dictates who goes, when, and what the enemies are going to do. In this video, you'll see a wide selection of examples of that for Gigaret the Unhinged. This is his particular deck, and each of these decks for elites and leaders and the faction that they hail from, their race, the action economy in these cards really captures their culture, their behavior, their beliefs, their scars. And so you'll find that these enemies are really thematic. Zalgara Knights, once honorable and very just, they are very militaristic, and you will fight them at times and find that they are very organized. Whereas orcs, goblins are much more chaotic and don't necessarily work together as well. The Blood deck is another engine in Bloodwork: The Reckoning that is fantastic. And this is what dictates where your hard-earned hits on the enemy land, because you will be striking different body slots: head, chest, arms, and legs. And the Blood deck is going to tell you where you hit, any additional critical damage, buffs or debuffs that may occur, as well as this also dictates where the enemy is going to hit. It's a lot of fun. So the Blood deck creates cinematic moments that really make each hit a story of its own. And we're confident you're going to love it. We then have an injury system where your prowess in battle is deeply affected when you are incapacitated, when your health is reduced to 0, and when you're revived by your fellow allies or one of your other mercenaries that you're controlling. You gain a injury, and these can only be healed, and you can only recover in the town of Westarch, and they lead to permanent debuffs or negative status effects that persist mission to mission until you take care of that back in town. This helps capture the reality of combat, and when you sustain an injury, you won't be as effective as you normally are. Your shield arm has a deep laceration, you can't raise it as high, and your defense is down permanently. The mood deck is another similar really fun engine in Bloodwork, and this helps capture the fact that your travels through the narrative campaign in Bloodwork, The Reckoning, weigh on you. It is going to affect the psyche of your mercenaries. Now, the experiences you have during your travel are either going to harden your mind or shatter it. And that persists mission to mission, and you carry these experiences with you into battle, and that may make you more prepared or less prepared heading into the next fight. In my next video, I will also show the town phase and what that looks like and how you work to rebuild Westarch. Similarly, I will also showcase the travel phase, where we have multiple different types of event decks, which are small bite-sized narrative moments during your travel as you work to get to your next mission. This helps capture the reality of the grand scope of the narrative campaign, of the story being told, and you actually feel like you've weathered some storm as a result of the overland maps for each mission and the travel and the small little events that you encounter. These are chance opportunities with a stranger, or you get ambushed, or there's a strange anomaly as a result of corruption that's shattering Marana, and you explore that, or you happen to stumble upon upturned cart and there's a chest forgotten and you loot it. These are small little moments that add so much to the grand scheme of the entire experience. Every mission on success, you're going to roll on loot tables from the enemies you fought, and you're going to gain resources, and you'll have opportunities to loot what the leaders and elites are wearing. You take down those powerful foes, and you are going to find their legendary relics. Taking your hard-earned resources, bring that back to Westarch and craft powerful gear. Cleanse corruption during fights, push your luck to do so, and collect corruption as a resource that you can utilize in the town of Westarch to make powerful corrupted gear. Of course, being a product from iDemo Games, the miniatures are exquisite. All 100% human-made art, human-made sculpts, no AI. And the best part is we've partnered with 2 critically acclaimed authors, and together they have crafted an incredible narrative. As you pour through the campaign for Bloodwork: The Reckoning, you will encounter 2 major factions that are at war with one another while the world of Marana is falling apart around them. You will be forced to make allegiance with one of these 2 factions and go through an incredible narrative campaign that is shaped by the culture, the beliefs, and the scars of that faction and their race. Think you understand the truth of Marana following that narrative experience? Think again. Play through as the other faction and watch as your understanding of the story completely unravels and is reshaped from the lens of the other faction, from their culture, their beliefs, and then understand a deeper truth to the greater narrative.